Good evening. I'm your host, Eric, and welcome to Fake News, where we have only the realest fake news. Since this is our first episode of the school year, we'd like to fill you in on what happened over the summer. In Hawaii, mass damage was reported after a volcano erupted for 3 weeks. Red Cross morale has gone down, barbecues have gone up. Lava adds an extra smoky flavor to the ribs. Red Cross volunteers were upset when they found out they had to pay to go to Hawaii. Sorry, hold on. This just in, the lava is still pretty hot, so if you're near the lava, don't touch it. This was a month ago, but lava is hot. The townsfolk are still using this as an excuse to get out of work, even though it's long gone and the roads have been repaved. I'm not sure why they're doing that. They have a fresh coat of lava right there. There have been no fatalities, thankfully. Lava is very slow. Please, let this be a lesson to those on the islands of Hawaii to constantly be alert, for there could be a volcano close to you right now. A massive drug bust in Georgia led to the seizure of thousands of illicit pills shaped like cartoon characters. In other news, the Flintstone Vitamin Company has announced bankruptcy. Still in summer, the San Antonio Aquarium faced catastrophe when a man stole one of their horn sharks, Helen. The shark was actually working with the man to escape the aquarium. The man put Helen in a baby stroller, which he used to covertly lead his new sea buddy away. The man wanted to take the shark back to his home, which included floor-to-ceiling tanks. He probably wanted the shark to have more space to swim. But if that was the case, he could have just released him back into the ocean. But he didn't. Police said he is a, quote, plumber with a penchant for all things piscine, a passion for plundering. He was caught, and hopefully Helen the horn shark is happy at home. A woman in Massachusetts was charged with child endangerment after leaving her 1-year-old in a shopping cart in the store's parking lot. When questioned, she said the child was, quote, more of an impulse buy that I didn't really need. A man in Charlottesburgville. A man in Virginia reportedly assaulted a white nationalist organizer. He meant to punch the white nationalist coordinator. This guy only printed out the flyers. He was charged $1 for punching the man. Luckily, his friend bet him $2 that he wouldn't, so he still came out ahead. IHOP has announced a new beer made with their signature pancake batter meant for their most devoted fans. Because if there is one thing devoted IHOP customers need, it's more alcohol. Former billionaire John vacationed last week in Vietnam when he reportedly woke up disrobed on a fishing boat en route to the Philippines after a night of partaking in alcohol and illegal substances. He soon discovered that in his Venmo account, all his money went to a part-time companion. He meant to send her $50, but in his drunken stupor, he fell asleep on the zero key, Venmoing his net worth. In an attempt to cancel the transaction, his companion only commented, Gu oi lan, which is LOL in Vietnamese. However, this is not the beginning of a sad story, nay, but the beginning of a heartwarming one. In the wake of losing all his money, he discovered the simple things in life. He was reported to have stayed on the fishing vessel and learned the tricks of the trade. His living off the boat, working as a fishmonger for people in the Philippines. We'll have more as the story develops. And now a word from our sponsor.
Up there. Yep. It's not worth it. It's worth it. Leave him. So worth it.
And we're back. Here with me is Zachariah, a self-proclaimed brainwasher. How are you today, Zachariah?
I'm doing well. How you doing, sir?
Good. I'm doing good. So, just so many questions come to mind when you're face to face with a brainwasher. So what kind of brainwasher are you? Are you like a mind controller, or do you wash people's craniums?
Well, I think that's a very valid question. You see, at the small age of 4, I found out I was a brainwasher. I had a little puppy named Shadow, and one day I stared deeply into his eyes, and I did this motion, and he did a backflip 3 times.
Wow.
So from that moment on, I realized I had this power, and I'm like, I wonder if I could do it for humans. So I ended up doing that to my dad, and my father would make me breakfast every morning the way I wanted it. And now I'm not going to let the government find out, because if they do, I'd be in serious trouble.
Well, I gotta say that was a loaded answer to that question. But what kind of training do you need to become a professional brainwasher?
Well, that's a good question. You see, the way to become a good brainwasher is that you need to really train your mind. See, there's this gland, it's called the Figigli gland in your mind. So a lot of people don't know about it. That's the problem. You gotta actually tune in. All humans are out of tune with this. But once they get in tune, you can just make someone become a snake.
Wow. Can't beat that. So walk me through your day-to-day as a brainwasher.
Okay, well, I wake up in the morning at 3 a.m. and I have to do some brain training. So I drink eggs straight out of the egg. And what I do is I inevitably have to stand up.
Egg.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's how you do it.
I'll write that one down, sorry.
So after that, that's the good mind breakfast. That wakens the Figigli gland in your mind. So once then, I then practice on my relatives, since they're the perfect, testing. So sometimes I'll just go into my brother's room and I'll just wake him up. He'll make him go get breakfast. Usually I make him, some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And from then on, I send him back to bed. And then I sleep again for another 2 hours. It has to be 2 hours. Over and you're making too much.
Right. Of course. So can you be grouped together with mind readers, or are you just a mind controller?
I wouldn't say so. See, mind readers...
Can you read my mind right now? Are you reading my mind?
I can't. See, what I could do is I could make you move right now.
Could you brainwash me?
See, I could right now.
What do you want me to do? How do I...
Okay, so if I stare... Let me just get the concentration. Once I get the concentration, we're good. Okay, now you're going to follow my moves the minute you see movement, but you're not going to move your eyeballs.
Am I bringing my hands up right now? Is this happening, or is...
When I shake my hands, they
not
will
gonna
do
move my
exactly what
eyeballs.
I'm doing. Yes.
Didn't work.
Oh, well, that's
It's a
unfortunate.
sham.
I didn't have
So
eggs.
can you convince my ex that I'm her true love?
Yes, I can. Let me know her name, give me her address, and I'll be sure to call her. Just
Great.
give me her
All
number. And her
right. So
Snapchat.
how can I wash someone's brain? Can you teach me?
That's going to be difficult. You need to contact your local washing machine, and in order to actually take their brain, you might need a cranial surgeon for that as well. And there's a specific process that goes on in that time. So as a result, I don't know if you'll be able to wash her. I don't know if you'll be able to get her back, or get that brain back specifically. So I definitely be sure to watch that.
Yeah. I mean, this is just going off the rails. How do you feel about people in your? How do you feel people in your profession are being portrayed?
That's the sad thing. See, a lot of people in my profession are often mistreated because they always think that it's just, oh, well, I can rule the world now because I can make someone do what I want. I have the unbending will of other humans at my disposal. Well, you know what? Maybe I don't want to do that. Maybe I just want to become a dancer, okay? I've wanted to dance my whole life, and instead I became a brainwasher.
Inspiring. Well, as a final thought, do you have anything to say to the viewers at home as a professional brainwasher?
Well, the only thing I can say to those at home is make sure to eat your vegetables. Stay tuned for any form on the local news of me becoming your absolute overlord and dictator. And stay fresh. That's all I'd have to say.
All right. Well, that's our time, folks. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned a little bit about the news. Be sure to tune in next time when we tell you about news that is yet to happen.